Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to Sunday, December 16th, or 17th of 2023. It is exactly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's 33 degrees. 29 degrees this morning. Finally, around noon, it made it to like 31, and then the temperature's going to start going back down now. This has been our day. The fog was worse than this, but never got any better. It's just quiet and very cold. It's like miserable cold out here. It's that really humid cold that just like sinks in. It's something else, boy. There'll be no ride today. Not a chance. That's sad because that was our plan. It looked like it was going to be 51 degrees and mostly cloudy. And no, we have no idea what the skies are up above. The fog just never let go. We got things we can talk about on the old classic 350. Go check some of that stuff out. That's her little resting place. And I've just got that's that new Optimate 1. I bought just for this. I have a couple more of those Optimates, but you remember that one red Honda one, which I think it just turned out that the battery was going bad in the slim. So I swapped it out for another spare one, which is the blue Optimate that's on the wall right there. So that red one, I think it's sitting in a pile over there with all the cables. Here's the seat bolts I got. So they're not, I don't think they're the highest quality ones. So I ordered another set from Amazon, some stainless steel bolts, and I got some new stainless steel nylock flange nuts for the other side. And these are actually, they're supposed to be 105, but all they had was 110, so they protrude out a little bit. And the ones on Amazon that I found are the same way. You can only get it in the 110 millimeter. And then because I don't have the handle on this side, that protrudes out a little bit. I think I got some little rubber boots that'll go over those, and the boots will be the same length. Hopefully it's long enough to go over this one, and then if that's true, when it goes over here, there'll be a little hollow stuff on the end, but they'll look normal. I know it's piddly, but man, I found on eBay, I didn't order anything. Oh, I did order some stuff from eBay though. So I've seen a lot of the bar end mirrors for these things. There's them ones, in fact, Hitchcock sells them. They're the chrome ones, and the nice thing about them is you can fold them out if you need better view, or you can fold them in when you're parking them. But it's just, I kind of want the mirrors to disappear, so I'm going to take a chance. I ordered another set of the Royal Enfield ones. Oh, that thing's turned. Oh, maybe because the bike's turned. And my hopes is that the mirrors will be kind of mute, that they won't stick out. They don't, I mean, if I'm standing here looking at them, so they stick out, but it's not like the chrome ones. The chrome ones really, you're just like, bam, that thing's got some big old chrome mirrors on it. So they will literally be this exact set. I don't know if the ends are different because they're specifically listed for the Classic and the Meteor. So they're probably, imagine Royal Enfield being Royal Enfield, it'll be the same setup. But really nice mirrors. You can see out of them very, very well. That's probably, other than like the, like Flirty or the Road King. Oh, I guess the Slim's the same way too. Those big old standard Harley mirrors. You can just see out of them things. They're so good. These are actually, come on, buddy. I tried to get you to come in earlier, but you weren't listening. He goes, I'll make my decision when I'm ready to come in. But these are, because the handlebars aren't really wide, they're kind of like the GT. They're not really wide, which I'm fine with that. But the same with the GT had the same problem. The mirrors are kind of cutting me off a little bit on my shoulders. I mean, I can see around, but not real good. And these, man, it's just the best view ever, because it's down. It's coming across, your arms before, you get wide. It's where your hands are at the bars, and they just work so good. So at eBay, I got a set of those, and I bought the Royal Enfield. They're not functional, but they look functional. It's the little seat springs. Because one thing you notice is with the seat sitting there, it's like something's missing. Like makes you want to look under. What's holding the seat up? Well, they have a spring kit that goes in there. They're not functional because the frame is so heavy duty. I mean, it doesn't go anywhere. Well, it can move a little bit if you don't have both bolts in there, which I got. That's not a problem. But anyway, they've even got little holes and everything to tap everything in to go right in there. It bolts in here and has kind of a finger that grabs the back of the fender framework. And I think there's bolts underneath there, and I think you take that bolt out and you spin the spring in, and the spring becomes the bolt that holds the seat to the pan, and then it hooks down at the bottom. Looks really cool. And because I've got a slew of these, are actually, does it have his own name on it? Yeah, from Chris. When we first got the Himalayans, he brought those filters to us. So I got enough filters to go quite a ways on changing for the Himalayans. But the filters for the J-Series motors they're different, and they have a spring that's attached to them. So I got some filter kits coming. It was a deal. You buy 3, you get the best price, and I just ordered 3 of them. There was a 10-pack that I could have saved. I got them even cheaper. It would have been like $5 a piece. But it would probably been a smart thing to do to buy the 10-pack. But I just got 3 of them. You guys know the massive miles I rack up on these things. None of these have made it to their second service yet. So, anyway. Kelly's, I don't think, even has 1,000 miles on it. I'm pretty sure it don't. I don't remember what I got on mine. I do like that thing a whole lot better without the rear seat on there. But that thing missing those springs. I've been watching a lot of... Man, you want to see videos on these 350s? Well, all you got to do is do a search. Just simply search Classic 350. And it'll pull it. There's some really cool stuff on the 500s too. Enough on the old 500s that went all the way through to 2000, or maybe it was 19. I think they went to 2000. 19 might have been the last model year of the 500s, the Bullets and the Classics. But really cool stuff with those too. That was the best of those that they made. They made the Unicast was, it's a one-piece engine case instead of having the separate transmission, and they made a lot of improvements on them, but nowhere near the improvements that started like around 19, when the 650s and stuff came in. They built that brand new factory and all that stuff. They really made some major changes. They're now a serious contender. Those Royal Enfield, the guys that make the 350 and 500s that have been around for 70 years, whatever it's been. Yep, same company, but under new leadership. And he's very serious about, you need to do the history on Royal Enfield. Even if you will never own one of these, and you're into motorcycles, who doesn't like to hear the history of stuff? It's like looking up the history on Harley. It just goes forever. There's like no end to it. Royal Enfield's got... Theirs isn't quite so... Because they kind of built the same things for such a long time. And, like Harley, they had a financial problem that they were just about to not make it. Harley had the same issue at one point. And anyway, that's all good now. Same with Harley. Everybody's all happy, and I love that deep history, and just there's so much to it. Harley is just the coolest history ever of motorcycles. Just their love of motorcycles and their traditions. That's, people go, oh, they haven't changed in 100 years. Just like Royal Enfields, it doesn't appear they ever change anything, but there's, they're doing things, Here lately, it's all the emission stuff is forcing them to do certain things, like the Sportsters. They've, that old Evo motor finally made its end. I think 21 was last year for them. And now we got those water-cooled ones. I was looking at them when I was at Northwest. They do look cool. They look very modern. And they're, without question, super fast. And, they perform well and do everything well. But, like I said before, there's a certain point you're going to leave me behind. And as far as Sportsters go. But the nice thing is, there's more Sportsters out there than you can shake a stick at. So if you want another Sportster, we keep getting them in on trade. Like, we've had a couple of 1200s come in that literally have less than 1,000 miles on them. Absolutely beautiful, perfect. Wow. The worst thing is most of the people have put a exhaust and an air cleaner kit on them, and they have done any kind of mapping or anything, and they defend, or they tint, because it can't adjust to that, so it goes into this default rich mode, so they're carboned up, so you gotta run a treatment through it. Hopefully that's good enough, no damage was done. But people think you can do that stuff and they'll just correct themselves. Harleys will allow you to put some slip-on mufflers on there. It'll adjust to that. As soon as you add the air filter, you went one step too far. So when you're bombing down the road, it's actually running too lean. But in other situations, like you come to a stoplight, all you smell is unspent fuel, because the system's going, hey, there's something wrong. I can't correct it. So by default, it goes rich. So that it's kind of self-preservation. But when they go rich, they run not as good. And they'll start carboning stuff up. The idea is it runs rich, it doesn't run right, you go get it fixed. Well, it's not a fix. You did something to hurt it. You broke it. And then people just keep driving them that way, and ended up kind of ratty. But despite all that, you can't kill these things. They just keep going. But yeah, I just look at this thing out here. When I lay in bed at night, I just got the sweetest dreams thinking about riding this thing. Yeah, I was all set. I knew it wasn't going to be sunny today. I was going to bundle up. In fact, I was going to break out my heated vest and go for a rip. But the fog just never left. It's still the same out there right now. But that'd be cool getting those seat springs. And I'll have my LED headlight in. Seems like there's something else. So I got the same mirrors that's on the GT. And the springs, oil filters. Man, that's all it was. There's other things I was looking at. I was looking at deals on the bags. Those are cool too. You can still get those things. I love them. Them bags. It was, the bags that, of course, the color I want's different. But the bags we got for Kelly's Himalayan. And I'm going, I don't see how these things are going to work on that Himalayan. And they didn't. They were for the 500s. And it takes those racks that have the foot on the bottom. And, the top of the back of the bag slides over the loop on the top. So it has that hold. They're old-fashioned D-rings. You got to manually get yourself in there. There's no keys or nothing to it. It's just old school. Which stuff that never gets messed with is those bags with D-rings and stuff like that. Nobody messes with that stuff. People go, oh, but it's not secure. Well, you probably shouldn't be going in bad places. But anyway, I'll grab the little woman here. was going to do that scanner thing, but I'll run myself out of time here. So we'll play with that another time. Thanks for hanging out with me, rattling on about my 350 Classic. I sure absolutely love that thing. All right. And Royal Enfield Row, I'm going to bid you adieu. We'll get the little mama here and say goodbye. Well, hello there, YouTube. Look at this. It's daylight. We're still like a half an hour before sunset. But the fog is so thick, it looks like the dark of night out here almost.
That has not left.
Nope, not for a moment.
Came in last night.
Yep, it's a little thicker this morning. But I think at one point, oh, that was yesterday morning. Yeah, it was yesterday. We're surprised we never had fog.
I know it. This is payback.
Yeah, this time of year, it's weird not to have fog.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing you never know, if you went out like towards the freeway or something.
It could be beautiful.
Yeah, it could be.
There.
Yeah, sunshine down there. You just never know. You're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
But do you want to get your motorcycle? It only takes a mile to wipe out the looks of a motorcycle.
Plus, you get all wet from the fogs.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. If I could go for a ride, but I hear the cars hissing down the road, and then the fog itself starts collecting and grabs all the dust, and it looks like you rode in the rain.
Yep.
But anyway. I don't have anything that I don't care to just go ride in the rain. My old Venture was good for that.
Yeah.
I haven't run that old thing in so long. Tires probably all rotted and everything else.
Yeah. It's been a day or two.
The battery, there's no way that battery's still alive in that thing.
Yeah, it still shows.
Yeah, it still shows the battery's good.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's been a long time.
Yeah.
I think 2015 is the last time. Was that last 2014 or 15? So it's lasting about as long as an iron battery. I had to put a fresh battery in around that time. But yeah, good old Optimate chargers, man. Maintainers keeps them alive. Of course, that thing's got a battery I think it is the same size as the Spyder battery.
Yeah.
So you take care of those; they'll last a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
Can't let them get drained, and you don't want to use a charger that puts a steady voltage at it.
Yeah, it has to vary.
I get people all the time, I left it on a charger all winter. What'd you use? They tell you what they use. Oh, that's some old Craftsman thing or whatever. Yep. She's dead.
Yeah.
They need to be maintained. They massage them to go up and down and let them float a bit. And then they do all kinds of stuff. Them chargers do. The maintainers anyway. It seems like my experience with Optimate beats them all. But anyway, on that, I think we're going to bounce.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Monday or Tuesday.
Heck yeah. Andy back there trying to... Look at these two. They're staging to go attack each other.
Come on.
Look at Sasha prepping like a cat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there she went. Anyway, see you in the morning. Thanks for watching.